Hey guys, it's Lizzie. So after posting my 13 Signs a Guy Likes You video, all of you girls loved it so much that you requested I make a remix edition. And so this is 13 Signs a Shy Guy Likes You. So before I go into number one, I just want to say that I don't think we can all stereotype guys into shy guys and confident guys, because I feel like every single guy I know falls somewhere in between. And so I'm not at all trying to stereotype or generalize in this video. And I also think that once you get to know a guy, it stops becoming he's a shy guy and it starts becoming you know who he is. And a lot of shy guys can be hilarious and amazing when you actually get to know them. And so I think that the reason that I do kind of need to generalize in this video is because when a guy who tends to be shy likes a girl, his shyness kind of exemplifies because he doesn't want to kind of embarrass himself in front of her. So the main thing that I wanted to stress is that if you want to eventually date a shy guy, if you want to be his girlfriend, you have to somehow get him out of his shell, and you have to get him to be super comfortable around you. And if you're also shy, I have no idea how this is gonna work, because one of you guys has to step up and tell them that you like them. So in general, a shy guy will try to hide his feelings that he likes you because he doesn't want to seem creepy, and he also doesn't want you to know that he likes you, because he feels like if you know that he likes you, then you're not gonna like him. And he's also scared that if he talks to you and stuff, that he's gonna mess up, and then if you did like him, you're not gonna like him anymore. And if you're a shy guy watching this, that's so stupid, because girls, if we like a guy, you're the number one hottest, most amazing guy ever. And it's not we're judging you at all. It's you're amazing, and you're not gonna fall from that pedestal unless you do something totally egotistically terrible. So you don't need to be, if you're a guy, you don't need to be at all worried that we're gonna start hating on you and judging your appearance, because we judge our own appearance. We don't judge other guys' appearances that much, especially the guy we like, because you're the hottest guy on earth. So it's kind of hilarious how they how we worry about things that the opposite gender doesn't really care about. And he also thinks that he's not attractive enough. The shy guy tends to think he's not attractive enough for a girl to like. And some of these signs may seem opposite of the 13 Signs a Guy Likes You video. And that's because shy guys tend to not at all do the typical flirting things. This oppositeness kind of comes about because the shy guy will go so far to try to make sure that you don't find out that he likes you. And another thing is that once you start talking to him more and he becomes more comfortable around you, some of these signs are going to change or end, because he's going to be comfortable around you and he's not going to be as nervous. And that's going to make sense as I go into the signs. So let's get started. So number one is staring. And I know I talked about this in my two other 13 Signs Likes Whoever videos. And when a confident jock guy, to stereotype, likes you, he's going to be staring at you, and he might even smile or be flirtatiously looking at you and make it kind of into a joke. But the shy guy, the moment that you see that he's looking at you, he jerks his eyes away, because this is his mindset. He doesn't want to be seen as creepy. He doesn't want you to think, oh, what a creep, I hate him. And so he'll be thinking about you all the time in his head, and he'll be making this into some huge thing, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous, I love her so much, she's so pretty. But he won't ever talk to you. He'll just look at you and think about you a lot. And so if you see him looking at you a lot, then he's number one thinking about you in that class, but that also means he's thinking about you so much outside of the time that he gets to stare at you in class. So if you like a shy guy and you see him staring at you, when he sees that you see him looking at you, he's gonna be oh my gosh, she thinks I'm creepy. But what you need to do is smile at him and let him know that you don't care that he was staring at you. So number two is that he will not make eye contact, and this kind of goes along with the first one, where if he sees that you're looking at, you see him looking at, this is so confusing. If he sees that you see him looking at you, then he'll look away. But it also has to do with when you're talking to him, he'll be looking anywhere but your eyes, because he thinks you're really gorgeous. And so he'll be looking around. And I think this is one of the most obvious ways to know if a guy likes you, if a shy guy likes you, because how awkward is it when you're talking to someone and they're not looking at you and you're what are you doing in your mind? So number three is that he avoids talking to you because he doesn't think that you like him, or he thinks that because he's not as socially competent at making people laugh as the typical confident guy is, that he's gonna mess up, and then you're gonna be oh, what a loser, I don't like him. And so he doesn't want to kind of mess up. And this isn't at all a lack of self-esteem. I think self-esteem and confidence are two separate things, but I think it's just a lack of confidence that you could like him back. And so I think that the important thing here is that if you continue to talk to him, and when you're like talking to him, smile and act really, make him feel kind of like calm and secure and like you're not judging him, then he's going to start talking to you more, and he's not going to be as like scared to mess up when talking to you. And number 3 is like one of the ones that will like change as you get to know him more. Like initially he's going to avoid talking to you, but eventually he's going to get to know you and want to talk to you and stuff. So number 4 is that he's super nervous when you talk to him, and this is also another really obvious thing. I mean, so this would kind of go along with like not looking at you, but other things that could kind of go along with that are like blushing, like messing with his hair if he has like long hair or something, and like swallowing a bunch, and like maybe sweating if you can like see someone sweating. That's kind of creepy. And also like fidgety hands, like if he's like doing something with his, I don't know how guys fidget, but there's actually this guy in my debate class who's like OCD about like moving his hands. Like he'll be like tearing paper and like creating paper clip chains in class all the time. And so don't assume that just because someone is like fidgety that they like you. A bunch of these signs have to come together for a guy to like you. And so just because he's fidgety, don't like be like, oh my gosh, that guy likes me. Compare how he acts around other girls as compared to you. Okay, so if it's a shy guy and around one girl he's super like laughing and like talkative and stuff, and it seems like he's flirting, but then around you he's like fidgety and not looking at you, then guess what? He likes you and not that other girl, even though it seems like he would like that other girl if you just watched my 13 Signs a Guy Likes You video. But since he's a shy guy, it's totally different. So number 5 is that he's lost for words. And so you'd think that if someone likes you, they'd be super enthusiastic and want to talk to you and like bubbly, but not shy guys. He'll not really know what to say back to you. He might like freeze up or like stammer on his words or just say like yes or no. Like he doesn't seem at all interested in the conversation, but he likes you. He's just terrified that he's gonna like mess up, and so it almost seems like he's apathetic about you, but he's not at all. He's just really scared of you. But I think that one of the things that can kind of, if he's like really like terrified of you, if you talk to him when he's around his friends, then he kind of has like his security net of people around him, and so then that would kind of bring out himself, and he wouldn't be as reserved if his friends are around him. So if you're a girl who likes a shy guy, you should probably think about approaching him when his friends are around him. So number 6 is that he is super enthusiastic when he talks to you on Facebook or when he texts you. Okay guys, isn't this a really cool new phone? It's like a zebra print. It's really exciting. Anyways, so he will text you or like Facebook chat you, and he'll be like super enthusiastic, and it'll be such a contrast from when you talk to him in real life. And it's like, wait, I thought he hated me, but then on Facebook he's like super into me. Like, what is this? Is he playing me? Like, no, he's just a shy guy and he's scared of you. Okay, but as I tell like everyone, whoever messages me, you cannot have a relationship based solely on talking on the internet. Eventually you have to get comfortable with talking in person. I'm not saying it's wrong to initially like get to know shy guy over text message if he's scared to talk to you in real life, but eventually you've got to be comfortable talking face to face, IRL, next to each other in person, and it won't be like super awkward internet relationship. So number 7 is that when you touch him, it makes him nervous. And I'm talking about like if you hug him or you accidentally like touch his arm or you like touch his hair, and that really makes him nervous. And you'd think that most guys would be like, oh my gosh, she's hugging me, ah. But the shy guy is like, oh no. Like he is not going to like go out of his way to like hug you and stuff. And like I'm not saying this applies to all shy guys. Like it depends on where you are, because like at church everyone hugs each other in our youth group, but it's not like, oh, shy guy doesn't hug anyone. Like it's like everyone hugs each other. It's normative. But I think that like when you hug him, he's not like hugging you back as much, and so it's more like you hugging him than him hugging you. But if like you touch his arm and he like intakes breath really quickly, or he like jerks back or something, then you can tell that he isn't really comfortable with you like touching him. So number 8 is that he stalks you, and I say stalk, I don't mean like he's like stalking you, because I think like girls, when we stalk a guy who be like, it's like super annoying and creepy, but he just like is randomly showing up in the places that you are, and it almost seems like he's not stalking you, because it's not like he's like going over and talking to you, he's just like randomly like there. But I think that you need to be really careful with number 8, and like, because let's say you like this shy guy who's on the debate team and on the soccer team with you, and then he's at debate tournaments and soccer games, you're like, he's stalking you. Like, no, he's just involved in the same activities that you are. And so don't assume that just because someone tends to be around you, they just might like sit at a lunch table near you or have similar friends. So a lot of signs have to go along with other signs to mean that he likes you. So number 9 is that he will like randomly, awkwardly, abruptly like confront you and start talking to you. And the thing with this is that like, okay, so a lot of guys message me on YouTube and they like say they're so terrified to talk to this girl and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna mess up. And when I was like planning out this video, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, those are shy guys who are messaging me. A lot of them are. And so what's happening is like in his mind, he's been like planning out and like gaining up confidence to talk to you. And so like he randomly like decides to act and like go like say, hey, oh, can I carry your books to the next class? Or like something really random. And it's probably going to be super awkward. You're going to be like, what is this? I thought he hated me. I thought he always ignored me and was apathetic when I talked to him. But what you need to do is act totally normal, act like it's not awkward at all, and just like smile at him and be really nice and kind. And yeah, then that'll like up his confidence a lot. So number 10 is kind of like totally like negative for the guy doing it. Like that just like ruins any prospect of dating the girl that you like, unless you're watching my video now. So everyone who watches this video, it's not a terrible thing for the shy guy that you like, but he'll like almost place himself in the friend zone because he'll do like a bunch of favors for you and he'll be like suddenly like super into helping you, and this is actually like a huge step for him. And so be ready to step into your role as damsel in distress. I'm not talking about like your math teacher gives you 10 minutes at the end of class to jumpstart on your homework and he reteaches the lesson to you. I'm talking about like he comes to your house, or like you go to the library, or you hang out at lunch and like you study together and he helps you with something, or if he helps you do a certain like exercise or stretch in track, or if like in TV production he helps you edit, like stuff like that. And I think that the really, you don't want to confuse like nice guys with a shy guy who likes you. And so, again, this has to go along with other signs, but I think that there's like a huge difference between a guy being nice to everyone and one guy specifically helping just you. So number 11 is that he starts becoming friends with your best friend. And this is so terrible and confusing. If you haven't seen my love triangles video yet, you should check it out after you watch this one. That'll open a new window. But basically he thinks that, number 1, he wants to find out if you like him. So he feels like if he's like close, tight with your best friend, then she might like tell him some info like that you like him. And number 2, he thinks that becoming friends with your friends is a way to become friends with you. But the issue with this is that if he starts flirting with your, not even flirting, if he starts talking to your friend, he's going to be more like confident around her than around you. So it seems like he likes her instead of you. And then your best friend's going to start liking him, and then you guys are going to get jealous, and then neither of you guys are going to get to date him, or your best friend is going to date him, or you're going to date him, and then you're going to hate each other. And so, like, it could go wrong in so many different ways. So what you need to do right now is send this video to your best friend so that she knows that if the shy guy starts hitting on either one of you, it's not that he's hitting on you, it's that he's trying to get to the other best friend. So number 12 is that he lies about liking you if you ask him. If you text him, you're like, do you like me? And he's like, no, or like, why? So he either like tells you that he doesn't like you ask him, or you ask his friends. The problem with asking his friends is that if he's a shy guy, he's not going to be super open with his friends about a girl. And actually, I think that as a girl, we forget that guys are different than us, because, you know, we're always like gossiping with our friends about everything ridiculous. And guys are kind of they keep a lot of stuff to themselves, like if they like a girl. And especially the shy guy, he is not going to be talking about you with his friends. And so if you ask his friends if he likes you, unless they go ask him, well, he's probably going to lie to them if they ask him, but unless like they asked him after that, like they're not going to know anything. And so the only way that he would like tell the truth about that is if he watched my 13 Signs a Girl Likes You video and knew that you liked him, or if like he asked your best friend about you, then he might be honest. So make sure that if your best friend asks if you like him, you tell her the truth, because most likely he was talking to her because of like number 11, and so then she's going to go on and tell him, and then he's going to be able to ask you out. And so be honest with your best friends if you like a guy. So number 13 is that he is super embarrassed if he finds out that you found out that he likes you, because he feels like you could never like him back, and he feels like he's out of your league. And so then he feels like he just made everything really a lot awkwarder. But what you can do and tell him that you like him. Like, if you find out this guy likes you and you're like, what should I do? Like, you should tell him that you like him and ask him out. If a guy likes you, then he wants to date you. I don't understand why some of you guys have such issues with this. Like, ask him out if you know that he likes you. Okay, so to break it down, the shy guy will probably not make a move on you unless he's super confident that you like him back. And another thing, this is just a side note, if you like a shy guy, do not flirt with other guys around him or just like in general. People talk, and if you're like flirting with another guy in another class, then his friends are going to tell like him or whatever, and then it's just going to be like he's going to think that you really don't like him, so then he's just going to like give up on like ever trying to like talk to you or whatever. And so you need to not flirt with other guys when a shy guy likes you. So it's up to you to make the relationship work. Give him your number, text him, talk to him, smile when you're talking to him, make him feel comfortable. Most likely you're going to be the one to need to ask him out because he's not going to make a move unless he's 100% confident that you like him back. And so if he's showing a bunch of these signs, just ask it out. And the worst that could happen is that it could be awkward for a second and a half, and then you could turn around and move on with your life. When you're asking the shy guy out, another thing that I think you need to do is be like, hey, insert his name here, I really like you, will you go out with me? Instead of just saying, will you go out with me, because that could still leave room for him to think that you're like making fun of him. So start it off by saying that you like him, so then like he can't be afraid after that because he knows that you like him. So as non-flirtatious and confusing as shy guys are, it's actually really worth it to kind of try to find out if one likes you and to eventually go out with one of them, because shy guys make the best, most amazing boyfriends ever. And a lot of the things that like you're not able to find out if they like you because of end up being amazing in a relationship. Like, for example, the whole thing with like where he's not like super into like touching you and stuff, that's really good because he's going to probably be a guy who's not going to like be like, have sex with me or I'm gonna break up with you. Like, he's not gonna be like that kind of jerk guy. And also like the same reason why like he doesn't like it when you flirt with other guys when he likes you, he's not gonna go around flirting with other girls when making out with other girls when you're dating him. And he's going to be a lot more understanding, and he's most likely not going to take you for granted, and he's just going to be like the best boyfriend ever. And so even though when you're like pursuing him it's kind of annoying, eventually it's going to be an amazing relationship, and it's going to really be worth it. So I hope that this video helped all of you girls out there. If you have a specific scenario question for me, you can leave a comment below or message me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!